Hello everybody, this is Freddy Avalos and this is Traveling with Freddy. So, sorry for taking a little bit long, but now I'm gonna present another video about the Inca Trail. And why so many videos about the Inca Trail? The idea is just to be sure that you have really good recommendations when you're gonna come to Peru to do the Inca Trail, the famous Inca Trail going to Machu Picchu. Okay? Well, you can see here is the satellite map of the whole world. If you are in Australia, Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, Central America, or South America, so here is where is Peru. Okay, and the only way to go into Peru is through the international airport in Lima. Of course, if you are in other countries in the same region, you can probably access by road using buses through Ecuador, through Chile or Argentina or Brazil or Bolivia, for example. So, but if you're taking the flights land in Lima. They are not international flights to any other airport. This is the only one. And here in Lima, you will decide if you stay long or not. Okay, so if you land at night, so you probably go to Miraflores and Isidro, where are the hotels, and it's where probably you are going to spend 1 or 2 days before you are going to Cusco. Some other people, they fly to Lima, arrive early in the morning, and then they take a flight leaving from Lima to Cusco at midday, more or less. Consider that between the flights, like 4 hours, more or less. And why? Because the time your flight lands in Lima and then the time you're gonna be outside after you pass through migration and then you collect your luggage and you walk outside to go where are the counters to catch the domestic flight, so takes more or less like 2 hours and a half, maybe 3 hours at the most. Everything depends the arrival flight. Okay, so in this case, if you decide to just continue flying to Lima, so it's 1 hour flight from Lima to Cusco. Okay, and the flights can be delayed, by the way, and just be patient. It's only one international airport, it's only one runway. That's Peru. Okay, and here is Cusco, almost and close to the rainforest. Actually, Cusco is in the last part of the Central Andes going into the Eastern Andes. So now, if you're gonna be in Cusco, if you're gonna stay in Cusco, there are some activities that probably you can do as a way of practice before you go to the Inca Trail, or in case some people they says, okay, for a long day and to be the first day in Cusco at 11,000 feet at 3,000 meters, 300 meters, 3,300 meters is not a really good idea. And sometimes the people continue from here by bus all the way to Urubamba. Urubamba is in the valley, is lower elevation, is nice weather, is the temperature is nice. It's very good area to be in Urubamba, or a small town around here is called Yucay, and that can be my recommendation. Depends. Okay, so if you are gonna be in Cusco, so minimum stay 2 more days to be acclimatized. Minimum. I will prefer to recommend 3 more days. Okay. One of the activities you can do is the day you arrive and you're saying Cusco, just explore Cusco. Beautiful city, interesting old streets from Inca times, cobblestones, stone walls in the monumental area, and it's a very safe place. But always it's good idea to check, double check where is the neighborhood, where is your hotel or hostel. Okay, and the next day what you can do is to go, if you see right here what I'm showing, you go to the south, and here in the south there are some interesting places to go and visit. I'm not gonna try to explain now, but one of them is Tipon. Beautiful ruins, very interesting ruins. You must go, okay? And then also there's another one, it's called Piquillacta. There's another Inca ruins. So doing these 2 sites to have enough time to explore is wonderful. So I will give more details in another video. It's not enough time right now. And then the next day, what you can do is to go to Sacsayhuaman, that is outside Cusco City also. There's an easy way to go there. It's through private transportation, but if you don't have the budget to do that and you are a kind of explorer and you want to really taste and experience this, so what you can do is to take a public transportation to go to the south, Tipon and Andahuaylas, okay, and Piquillacta, or you can go to Sacsayhuaman, very famous, impressive ruins, or Tambomachay, okay. So in another video I will explain what you can do here, okay. And the last day before you go to the Inca Trail, my recommendation is probably to explore the city of Cusco. It's a lot to do, it's a lot to walk. So, and why the last day? To explore the city of Cusco, to really rest a little bit before the challenge hike, okay. So that is something that you can do. But if you says, no, I would like to do something else, you can take a tour or you can take a transportation to go from Cusco to Maras and Moray. There are some impressive terraces, the salt mines. That's a beautiful hike. The landscape is beautiful, and this is something that you can do and to really have excellent days, okay. So to really have the chance to explore well. And the next day you go to the Inca Trail. If you're in the Secret Valley, you have other options around here. Pisac in one day, Ollantaytambo here, Ollantaytambo, and then to go up where is Huilloc and to do another wonderful hike, or in Urubamba to go Chicon, there's another hike, and just exploring around is beautiful. But anyway, so the day you're gonna go to the Secret Valley, usually you leave very early from Cusco, and then the bus takes you through here. I don't know if you can see what I'm trying to show, okay. And then you arrive Chinchero. By the way, this is a lake. This is another lake. This is Huaypo and Curay. You continue this way and down to the Secret Valley. I will get closer. There are some glaciers, by the way. They are drying so fast. It's very scary for me to see how fast they are drying. Estimated that in 10 more years, so we won't have glaciers below the 5,000 meters. That's scary, okay. And from here, from Urubamba, the bus continue going to the left in the map, okay, all the way to Ollantaytambo. In Ollantaytambo is where you meet the porters. They will carry your equipment and food and everything, and depends the tour company you book with. So if you pay the cheapest, you carry everything with you. You don't have good tents, good mattress, good sleeping bags, so you put more weight to the porters that they need to carry that because you are paying the minimum. So how much is that? So $500. So if you are paying more or less like 600 or 700, so you are really doing or treating well to everybody. So in that way, also check in advance, make a plan your trip ahead of time, organize well. That's important. The equipment, your clothing, and everything. And from here, you have a chance to buy last equipment. Maybe you forgot your flashlights or anything like that, so you continue this way, and then you go all the way. Chilca used to be the beginning of the Inca Trail in the past, but now it's right here. This is the kilometer 82, okay, and Piscacucho, that's the name. And here in Piscacucho, so you're gonna walk because this is the end of the bus road, and from here you continue, and before to cross the bridge you are controlled by the government to have everything in order, and then so you go to the other side, and this is our dirt trail that is going to go into the Inca Trail. So on the other side you can see the terraces. It's right here where was another Inca Trail in the past. And this is one of those ruins where was a checkpoint during Inca times. Very interesting, very nice, beautiful terraces right there, beautiful ruins. And then you continue this way, and then there's a trail right here following the river, looking on the other side, the railway that is built on top of an old Inca Trail, and is right here where you have two choices. Some tour operators, they will take you through here to this camp and to have the ruins on the other side during your lunch. Actually, a lot of the tours, they do the same. And what I prefer is to recommend to come this way and to wait a little bit for lunch, to climb up here, and from up here to have for first time an incredible view down below of the ruins here called Patayacta. This was a storehouse complex during Inca times, and here they stored the food coming from different areas and to supply Machu Picchu with the food. Okay, and probably this was the ceremonial complex with an excellent view of everything. So, and from here you continue going down, you can see zigzagging, and around here is an Inca tomb. Unfortunately was looted. Okay, so the remains of the tomb was possible to see until 15 years ago or something like that, but not anymore, unfortunately. And then you continue right here. So what I used to do with my groups was to have lunch around here, and after lunch to explore and relax in these ruins that usually nobody stop. And usually the people have lunch on the other ruins, they are in the crowds and then rush, they just walk by and they don't have time to stop up here. But I like to do what others don't. So in that way, that's why I'm just mentioning this. If you coordinate, if you check, if you speak with your guide is the one who is gonna make everything possible for you. Okay, so in that way, you continue this way. This is the Cusichaca River. That is some scholars, they make some research along this river. And around here, there's a little community. The vegetation is changing a little bit. And the first camp is Guayabamba, that is at 3,000 meters or 10,000 feet. And another option is here, Ayapata. Okay, so that you need to walk for 1 hour and a half more, 1 hour, depends the pace, depends how in good condition you are. So it's like that. And here, I will recommend to bring, just in case, some earplugs. Why is that? Because in this camp, for sure, will be roosters, will do the wake-up call. So in that way, so it's good idea probably, or just if you want to have that sensation, just to be, how feels to be in a farmhouse or something like that, this is good. So you don't need earplugs for that case. But sometimes there are dogs also. So in that way, maybe earplugs. And please don't feed the dogs. Even if you are dog lovers, don't give food to them, please. Because what happened to these dogs? Follow you the whole trail. Even if you're not giving food anymore after 2 days, the dogs will follow you all the way to the end. And then in Machu Picchu, there are so many dogs, and those dogs will fight with local dogs. Those dogs can be dangerous for the local people also. And what the city hall is going to do with the dogs? The dogs are not going to take a train to go back to the community and to do all of that. Please, don't feed the dogs. That's really, really important. And then the next day you walk up. Here's very clear where's the trail. And then you pass through this camp. And then you go. My recommendation is to do the camp in Guayabamba to pace well. But other companies, they do a little bit different. So it depends if they are in a rush. Depends the logistic. Okay. For me, it is the way I'm just describing. You have lunch in Yuyuchapampa. It's a beautiful place to have lunch with a nice view of the valley. And actually, between Yuyuchapampa and Ayapata, right here is a surviving pristine forest. There are not many pristine forests are disappearing in my country, and that is because the fires, the deforestation caused by the fires for hundreds of years. One of the species popular here is Polylepis. And what you can see there, so you can see some specialist birds, beautiful birds, colorful tanagers, hummingbirds, okay, like the sunbeam or the mountain tanagers or the Andean ones. So it's very good place to see some of them, okay, that can be. And then after you have lunch in Pampa with the nice sound of the water and all of that. So I recommend to rest a little bit, because the next 1 hour and a half, 1 hour and 40 minutes is climbing up to the highest pass. This is called the Dead Woman Pass, because for some people looks like a profile of a lady lying down. Other people looks like the heel right here looks like a breast. Okay, so anyway, the elevation is almost 14,000 feet above sea level, or in meters is 4,215 meters above sea level. And from here you go down. My recommendation: you arrive to this pass, going down, relax. So probably you have somebody you want to continue a nice conversation. Let me tell you, you're not going to be back in the Inca Trail. What you can do is just to relax and enjoy the moment, because it's beautiful landscape and it's something that you really want to do. Okay, so you really want to enjoy what's gonna be. If it's cloudy and misty and the wind moving the clouds, or if it's sunny, it's all the time, it's beautiful. And then you arrive here to this campsite. I like this campsite. It is very quiet, no roosters, no dogs, except if you are feeding them and follow the whole way and they're fighting between other dogs, that other hikers were feeding the dogs, thinking they were doing something good, but they don't know what's gonna happen at the end with these dogs. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. And there is a lake that is gonna run this way. It's gonna run this way, and it's a beautiful cascade. So you sleep with the sound of the waterfall. Beautiful. Love that. Okay. Or also, if you like ghost stories, this is the place to hear about ghost stories. Your tour guide will know for sure. Okay. And then the next day, so you're gonna climb up, up, up. It's beautiful. This is like the beginning. This is like the border or the beginning of the rainforest, because the Andes is like this. The eastern Andes has the eastern side going to the rainforest and has the western side going to the mountains. Okay, so in that way, this is the area, this is the part of the eastern Andes facing to the rainforest, going up, up, up. And there are some ruins called Runcuracay, beautiful and very interesting. For me, was related to astronomy and religious purposes. But anyway, you continue going up. In the past used to be a camping around here, where is this little lake and this other one here with a nice view on sunrises. Not anymore. And right here is the pass of Runcuracay. And again, on the way up, so you can have good conversation with somebody. You're chatting a lot and all of that. So going up to, it's good idea to be distracted, okay? Or just if you want to be focused going up, okay? But then from here, from this pass, going down, it's amazing. It's something that you don't want to miss. Again, after the first pass, after the second pass, don't speak with anyone. Just enjoy your moment. Try to don't be mingled with everybody else, and enjoy what comes after that. The scenery, the landscape, the view, it's beautiful. From around here, you see this dry lake and the whole valley down below. It's just amazing. It's beautiful. And from here, you see the ruins of Sayamarca. Beautiful ruins that I show in another video with the pictures and all of that. And from here, you continue going down, and then you pass where is Conchamarca. That was a checkpoint during Inca times. By the way, this was a religious complex, but also a checkpoint, because there was another trail coming this way from Aobamba Valley, and this was the way to control. Looks like the Inca Trail was a ceremonial trail used by the most important people during Inca times. But this one, it's another section I loved. That's like a old forest that is a like the ghost tales or the movies, or somebody says this looks like Avatar. Okay, I don't know, but this is part of a pristine forest. Also, there are some old trees, the moss hanging down. It's misty, it's beautiful. You really enjoy this section between Sayamarca going down to this open area where usually we have lunches with my groups, the way I like. Okay, so and then after this, after lunch, I always tell my clients it's only one way. You will never get lost, and I recommend that we go separate. You go on your own. We were waiting that most of the people leave, and then we were just taking our backpacks and going. And we were really enjoying, because quite the real old trail, because the 2 first days, so you walk in what is not exactly original from Inca times, because that's another story. So when the people were taking coca leaves through an optional trail, and they catch part of the Inca Trail, and the horses destroyed and donkeys destroyed the original Inca Trail, and now it's dirt trail. So, but then after the 3rd and 4th day, you are completely in original Inca Trail from Inca times, and this is just amazing to walk on the same path that my ancestors did centuries ago. Okay, and then you go this way, and around here is a tunnel that is the only one that is in the whole Inca Trail, the real one from Inca times. And right here is a good view of Urubamba Valley and Aobamba Valley. Yeah, this is right here. The trail is right at the edge. Okay, but don't worry, you are not gonna be in danger. It's wide enough. And from here you go right here, right? You can see there is a trail. This section is spectacular. You have great pictures of the Aobamba Valley. It's just amazing. You will love. And then you arrive. My favorite campsite, Puyupatamarca. In Puyupatamarca, this means the town hiding the clouds, and it's right here. These ruins, the Inca ruins here, was named by the archaeologists like Puyupatamarca. The town is hidden in the clouds because it's a new name. We don't know what was the name from the Inca times. But for me, sunrises, sunsets, moonrise, moonset, or just to see the constellations above your head is just amazing. My favorite campsite. So I need to balance, or to suggest my clients to go Viña Huayna and the next day to run Machu Picchu, and to think that they are going to see the sunrise, and then to be disappointed when it's cloudy, because only 10% of the whole year is clear sunrises in Machu Picchu, or just to give them an experience. So in that way, what we were doing, we were camping here. So on the next day, beautiful, sometimes when was clear sky and the sun on us. So we were having breakfast without the tent, right in the open. Nice. That was amazing. We were having breakfast. The last breakfast we were having with the porters. I love to do that, because the porters is the reason why you will complete the Inca Trail. It's challenging. It doesn't matter if you are very tough, you hike Everest and things like that. So the porters are really the engine to make possible that this ends. And my recommendation, from home, take a t-shirt, take a cap, or a pullover, something like that, that you can give to the porters. Medium size, small, or something for their children, like clothes and things like that. So it will be great. Okay, so they will really appreciate, instead to give them more money. So follow the tips recommendation by your tour operator. Follow that, okay? But if you think that they really deserve more, because they do, so I prefer to recommend some clothes or flashlights that they need in their community and stuff like that. So if you bring some postcards or something like that, what do you think is going to happen with them? So doesn't help much. So bring t-shirts, caps, so flashlights, something functional. They will really appreciate, because I'm sure you will want to give them, you will want to donate something for them. Okay, so and from there, so the next day you go down, and this hiking down is very challenging, because right here is 2,500 steps going down. And from this point, you see the view of Viña Huayna. Beautiful and amazing terraces. It's just the second biggest archaeological site after Machu Picchu. And then you continue from here, so you have the choice to go straight down to Viña Huayna, the camp, and then to explore this, or in my recommendation, I always prefer to take this way to Intipata. Okay, the tours, they are in a rush because they need to camp in Viña Huayna the day before going to Machu Picchu. So sometimes they skip this because it's like too much, because they really want to go to this place also. They give you the choice, and usually the people, they just go down, and from there they go to Viña Huayna. But this is beautiful. This is something that you must, okay? And if you go through this way, the way I used to do with my hikers. So this is Intipata, beautiful place. We explore right here. You can see the trail. We're going, rich history, nice view, good pictures, and we were having lunch here, and after lunch we were exploring here with almost nobody, because the people they do the one day hike to Machu Picchu, they arrive to this place by let's say 1 p.m. or 2 sometimes. So and we were just before them, and then after that, so after lunch we relax, we use the facilities here, and from here we were going to the Sun Gate to see Machu Picchu, and from the way you see the hydroelectric plant, there are some other ruins, and then you continue this way, and from here you have a lookout. Actually the climbing up is like Spider-Man, you go, it's very steep, okay, and you continue to Intipunku. It's from this point where you see for first time Machu Picchu, and some of the groups that they camp in Huayna, so they leave at 3 in the morning to be there for the sunrise. You want to take the risk, do it, because it's something that you can do. It's your decision. But 10% of the whole year is when you can see clear sunrises. Daylight and sunrise is different. So that's why sometimes when people arrive very early right here to the Sun Gate, so they feel a bit disappointed sometimes because it can be very misty. If you want to have a higher chance to see a sunrise, my recommendation is between May, June, July, the 3 months. You have higher chances because it's the middle of the dry season and there are less chances of rains. It's what you can do. And then if you go in my recommendation, we are here by 3 in the afternoon, more or less, 2:30, 3:30 at the most. And from here we have the view of Machu Picchu almost by only for us, nobody else. When you do the other way, early in the morning, there are hundreds of people right there waiting to see sunrise. I don't know if that is really a nice experience, but in my personal opinion, so it's better to be in the afternoon and then to have this incredible view. And from here, walking down, where my ancestors, for sure, they start ceremonies from here, going down, 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 all the way to Machu Picchu, and then just to prepare and make rituals, and everything was very important for them during Inca times. I will do another video, probably will be very extensive video about Machu Picchu. And then usually what I used to do with my groups was in the afternoon to go slowly, to take pictures, just to walk by, and then to go to Aguascalientes, to have the hotel here in Aguascalientes, and the next day to take the bus to go up to spend the whole day. And some of them were buying the tickets to go Huayna Picchu, this popular mountain that you see in the postcards, pictures, videos, everything, and from where you have the eagle view of Machu Picchu. You can do this way, okay? Or in case if you're planning to do the 3 in the morning, arriving here by 6 more or less, and to wait for sunrise, if you're lucky enough, you see the sunrise, and that can be very nice. And from after the tour to go Huayna Picchu in the same day, and then the next day to and then in the afternoon to go Aguascalientes and to take the train back to Ollantaytambo, and from Ollantaytambo to take the bus to Cusco. So it's something that you can do. This is up to you. If you want more recommendations, you can write to my email. Will be more than a pleasure for me to help you, okay? And what else you can do in Cusco? There are a lot of things. So Peru, it's a place where you can stay easily, no lying, like 3 months. It's rainforest, it's highlands, it's the coast, everything is wonderful. But you want to have some more extra days in Cusco, maybe 2 more days to explore very well the Secret Valley, and then to fly Lima, and maybe in Lima 2 more days. Okay, sounds a lot, you don't have that time, so just do it like this. Go to Cusco, stay maybe for in Cusco, stay for 2 days, minimum 2 days if you're in really good condition, and then in Lima to stay one more day to visit Lima. Believe me, it's interesting. It's horrible, the traffic and all of that, but it's interesting. It has a lot of history. So this is the kind of things that you will want to do. Okay, I hope I could help a little bit about the Inca Trail. I love the Inca Trail. It's amazing. The birds that you can see if you're a birder. Take your binoculars, your cameras. If you take a big camera, it's better just to book through a private tour probably, or just a regular tour. And also I can recommend which ones are. So just contact me, so you can leave your email address on the YouTube, or you can just let me know to provide my email and you can write to me. Okay, so there are different ways. Okay, thank you so much. This was a real pleasure. Next time I will share more, and very soon is coming some crazy stories that happen to the tour guides. You don't want to miss that, so you're gonna love that. What happened to the tour guides behind the scenes, the funny stories of the tour guides in Peru, very soon. Thank you so much. Bye bye.